Welcome to Recovery Unleashed, the podcast where we dive deep into transformation, healing, high performance, and recovery. I'm your host, Hannah Dalby. I'm the founder of Recovery Jungle, Recovery Unleashed. I'm an integral alchemist, food coach, a recovery expert, and also a retired professional Muay Thai fighter and current jiu-jitsu lover. In each episode, we explore what it truly takes to break free from addiction, trauma, self-sabotage, and unlocking a life truly filled with energy, success, and peace. Through my very own story of addiction recovery and raw conversations with experts, coaches, athletes, healers, we uncover the tools and mindset shifts needed to master recovery in every area of your life. This isn't just about healing, this is about unleashing your full potential. If you're ready to reclaim your life, tune in, do the work, and let's rise together. Welcome back to Recovery Unleashed. Today, I'm bringing you a deeply personal and long-awaited conversation with one of my favorite humans on the planet, Sophia Houridis. Sophia is a mind coach and remedial therapist based in Adelaide. She helps people bridge the gap between their thoughts and the reality they're creating, guiding them to see the truth between their patterns and reconnect with what's actually real. She was the second therapist I ever worked with, and some of the deepest healing I've done happened in those sessions. Sophia has this breathtaking ability to tune into the invisible currents under a person's words and bring clarity to the most unspoken truths. She doesn't just coach, she translates the soul. This episode was actually recorded 8 months ago in the middle of one of the biggest transitions in my own life and work. And we talk about what happens when the nervous system finally feels safe to expand, when you stop needing to escape, and when the purpose gets so big that rest and work stop being opposites. It's raw, it's reflective, and it's a powerful reminder that the path of healing and leadership is never linear, but always sacred. Let's dive in. There was a story I was going to say before when you were talking about that, being connected to the nature and to the jungle. And it's something that I didn't understand other people didn't have either. Of you know how you're saying, the go sit by the campfire and you go out to hunt the thing, but you've been initiated and so it's all okay, you trust the nature. And, I'll go out to Yosemite and there'll be a bear and I'm like, okay, there's a bear and it's beautiful. And, be able to go on these huge hikes for days or runs in the forest. And it's almost like I am the jungle.
Yeah.
It's not almost like it's I am the jungle.
Yeah.
And having full trust to regularly go out and just do whatever I feel is fun and beautiful and this way and that way, and fully with not protective clothing or whatever the things you're supposed to have, and fully trusting like the jungle has my back. It doesn't matter. I can boulder, I can this, I can that. And coming home and knowing that that's within me always. Like the jungle has my back. I am the jungle. I am the nature, and everything has my back all the time. There is actually nothing to worry about. There is actually nothing that's going to come out and attack me because I'm connected to it and I trust it.
That's something that people want to have in order to, you can't become without that trust and surrender. And it's a question that someone might say, so how do you do it?
Yeah.
And it's like, I remember us talking about, when you know the terrain, you know how to decide better, and you can course correct if you didn't quite decide it right.
Yeah.
When you know how to listen to that subtle pull, which again is the slowing down thing. But you just broke and casted some incredible spells with that, what you said about, I know it's got my back. And can you hold that grace and take it when you're having a chocolate moment? When you want to feel when you feel the attack, can you just go, hey, Hannah's got my back, or whatever?
I find that actually going out to do those things more often helps me to stay connected to that.
Well, you nailed it, because I remember we were having a conversation about healing, and healing is in the living, not in the therapist chair. You just got to keep going.
Run into walls that are...
Yeah. That is the healing. So participating with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've always been good at staying involved.
It's probably why it's been the journey that it has from there to here without the rehab or it's just, I want to get there. I'm going over there, that high up. and just keep getting hit and going, no, I have to unpack this, and then getting hit again, no, I have to unpack this, and keep walk. It doesn't matter, I'll keep doing it. I'm still getting all the way up there, rather than like, well, I just want to be clean, or I just want to not have this problem. I just want to be skinny. It's like, no, I'm trying to change the world. So all of these things are just kind of walls and barriers and obstacles that I have to walk through. And as you hit them, this thing comes up that I had been avoiding, and we deal with that. And then it's like, okay, now we keep going, and then we hit a thing, and then this thing comes up that's resistance or stupid belief or some kind of pain that hasn't been processed. And it's like increasing capacity to be able to hold more.
Some addicts that I've worked with don't have that drive. The only part that they've arrived to is they would like a different life. And then there'll be frustration because where is that life? But they're not participating to have an experience, to make a better choice. And that's I can compassionately now look at those things, because there is something that needs to happen that is happening in the unseen world for them. But I can see it be really frustrating. But again, they haven't leveled with what they're contributing to not actually playing the game, or just sitting on their couch hoping that the podcast will osmose in them and they become Hannah. You know, AI is doing well. It could happen. I don't know. But
well, I mean, to like even just saying that, what that is lots and lots and lots and lots of action.
Lots of action
in all sorts of directions that haven't quite worked, but that were necessary to take me to the path. Like, and that like, listen to the voice. You know, I have experienced a lot of listening to the voice, it not quite working out in a way that externally looks like success, and then being told to see you're wrong. See, that's bad. And
who said that?
Like Dad has said that. Like people of authority around me, like, has said that.
So they're doing their job perfectly.
You know, wrong. See, it didn't work. You're failing. It's not doing a thing. You know, the last 2 years of the business, and like completely silencing that and going, I'm doing this. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care what it takes. I don't even care about making money anymore. I'm changing the damn world. Doing this. And you know, and bumping up against things, and it not quite doing what it's supposed to do, and hearing, like, sort of like witnessing rather than taking on board the. Like, what, are you sure, like, you're about to like fall into fire and burn here, and being so solid in myself about, like, whatever, say whatever, do whatever, I'm doing this.
Nice one.
And because I'm listening, so it doesn't matter if, like, I listen, I walk in that direction, it doesn't look like success, but it gives me the little gem that I need to go over here, and that gives me the little gem that I need to go over here, till it starts to eventuate into something that is externally beautiful and actually is solving something.
Yeah, because originally it was your baby, your project. And some people might feel that it sucks to not have a supportive family, but then some other people will be like, good, he's doing his job perfectly. Stay true to cause. Like, everyone's always doing their job right, even if they're pissing you off. Like, they're doing their job, like, well casted, like, irritate there, push that, great, right on time. You know, it's perfect. And took over. You know, before we were talking about changing and this excessive self-care, like, it's a whole day of checking in on your, like, this is like, I hear some of it and it's excessive. It's like, when do you just help someone or listen to someone else, or just stop monitoring yourself so much? There's
a process again.
Like, everyone's processing so much shit. I remember when I've got 2 children, I raised them on my own. And we have a little concept at the house, and it's, what do I call it? Feed the horses. You need to feed the horses every morning. And the thing I tell them is, you've got to have something that gets you out of bed that's got nothing to do with you, but it depends on you. To this day, my son will say, you know, I'm just going to feed the horses and I'm going to go here. And that will mean for him, like, watering the plants, bringing in the washing, getting the bins organised. But I love that I can hear, I mean, they're like 17, 18 now. And they still refer to, like, I haven't fed the horses, and they know that's just do something that helps the home, helps the land, just move something. It has nothing to do with you. Like, as in, like, you got to do it. But it's not about you time or you this. Something that gets you out of bed. because just that momentum can then make you go, right, now I'm going to have a shower and I'm going to do this. But most people get stuck on having to get out of bed, let them give themselves a shower, let them feed themselves. When there's something else, it starts the engine and you're like, great, if I do this quicker, then I can eat, then I can shower. But we've become just like, give yourself a break from you.
Yeah.
Like,
there was a recent time in the last couple of weeks where I was like stuck in me and my bullshit a little bit. And I had a consult that was rocking at 5:30 at night. I go to bed at 7 o'clock, 5:30 at night consult. I'm pissed off about it. I have to go upstairs. I have to have my uniform on and I have to show up and like support. And it goes for the 15 minutes, it goes for an hour. I came downstairs so happy because I'd given and supported.
Oh, totally.
You know,
yeah,
like
always,
I was so
always.
stuck in my shit and I came down, I'm like, I've got all the energy now. I love everyone again.
Yeah.
Because I'd given.
Yeah, that beautiful quote, you only truly have what you give.
Yeah.
So that's exactly where it's at. I think like when you were asking about the integrate, like why don't we integrate? I feel very lucky for how I got to raise my children. But even socially, it'd be so nice. I mean, this is a little something I've been working on. I've started a little teeny tiny project. It's on the pause right now, but just a campfire. And I mean, how nice is a problem shared, you know? And I think the other part is loss of the elder and the respectable elder. I mean, that 100% is definitely returning. We're hungry for it, for that wisdom, for that experience. But we need each other. We need community. And, you know, when you said before that you were just in your own shit before the client came, you know, we don't hang around watering holes anymore. And how much nicer would it be to not want to work because you're having a great time as opposed to I need more me time. But to create more communities now where we can sit and listen to a business problem and let people give their 5 cents or anything, or just simple things like grieving together. Like before, when someone would pass over, everyone would beat the drums, cry it out. We're often isolate. Like it's everything's really isolating. But I know that's changing. I'm seeing it in community. I don't know what it's like for you. You're in a different part of town. You'd have tons of people being more self-sustainable, bringing community more together.
There's a lot up there.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah,
there'd be tons. Maybe I'm in the wrong place.
Probably.
Yeah,
I mean, there's lots of drum circles. There's lots of breathwork circles. There's lots of ecstatic dance circles. I mean, we've just started. Erica, who's visiting me from America at the moment, she's an ecstatic dance teacher. So we're starting to bring ecstatic dance into the jungle because I need to bring community into what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like we're doing therapy, we're doing food, we're doing all this stuff, but there's communities. Like I feel like actually that is the core of all of this dissociative problems. It's disconnection to self and disconnection to others. So it's connecting and finding.
The isolating is the core. Is that what you?
Well, like the disconnection from yourself first, which stops you from connecting to others in an authentic way. You know, we can be around people and still not be in connection because we're not having our actual self come out to be in connection, and that can feel even more lonely than being on your own. At least when you're on your own, you've got like your actual self with you. And so creating spaces where you get to authentically show up, like dance like you're a 5-year-old and witness each other in that. That's not having to do medicine every time or do some gigantic thing every time, but just to be in connection and be in community.
You were saying something before about asking for what you want. Like you've had a big shift in how you're attracting and the relationships that you're having. And like, to me, you've always been a strong woman, being able to deliver, but there is more command in this is what you need, what you want.
Command, not control.
Yeah,
different.
Right, okay, sure.
Yeah.
So do you recall the experience or the accumulation of experiences that brought to your attention of like, okay, I have a voice, but I'm afraid to actually speak as ambassador for me? Like when do you feel like you started to go, okay, so I can actually say, I want this, I don't want that. And when you're in your romantic connections, like straight off the bat, you've been able to go, this is how it is, that's it. And so you weren't looking for red flags. These are all the green ones. There is zero compromise. And if there was a tiny glitch, it's like, I said green, I said green, I said green. And again, without intimidating, but you know, this is the only way I move forward. Like, and you stood in that. So that's announcing it to the person, to the world, to yourself. And then it would be fair to say you didn't know how to do that as well before. You notice that crap, I call the shots. So can you remember a point or moments where you heard yourself do it or not do it and go next time? Or start to go, okay, I can't be afraid of this feeling anymore. I just have to say it.
I think first what it took was a lot of years on my own to build a relationship with myself. And just experiencing lots of different things and not like trying to actually figuring out like what I want, what I do, who I am. I think first it was who I am. And then I guess it was lots of practice, like going out into the world, hiring slow, firing fast, because I was really okay being on my own. So I think that ability to be completely on my own and serve my own needs and give myself everything I needed. And there was no like absolute need to have someone by my side. I was fine completely. If no one was going to show up in a way that served me or that it was a serving situation, I'm quite happy to be completely on my own. So the only reason I would stay in connection with someone in my friendships as well is if it was a benefit, you know, an actual value add to both parties, which meant I could hire slow and fire fast. So if there became a situation where it was, this actually doesn't work for me, I could just, no. So I don't know if there was, I do remember a moment there was like one situationship that I was in where the communication was really terrible. Like I tried to do really open communication. I got like a whole lot of closed off, uncomfortable, oh, I'm sorry, you know.
Not you were like
no,
that.
No, the other person was like that. And I was like, gross. Like, hello, it's just a conversation, you know? Why is it so icky?
Just sorry, master.
Yeah, go away. Just leave me alone. Unless you're going to show up like this and be able to say all of the things that are relevant for you and hear what I have to say without taking it personally and have a big meltdown about it, then just get out of my face. I just can't. I don't have the space or time for it at all. So I think that happened in my friendships first. Is if there was irrational reactivity for me speaking what I'm feeling or what's going on for me without it being an actual conversation, then it's just like, I don't have the time or the space unless I don't care what you're going through, like speak it. We can work through that.
So does that mean that it would, because that's, friendships is one thing, but how did the way that you asked and directed your energy change in intimate relationships? Like, has there been a difference there?
I mean, there's a huge difference. All of my relationships in my 20s were the most toxic, aggressive, violent, no sense of communication, not even human beings that, you know, it was just...
how you speak now to your partner, how does it differ to how?
I guess it's not attack. I take full responsibility for all of my own shit.
Right.
So there can never be
So therefore you
defensiveness.
must too.
Yeah.
Nice one.
And that's the same thing in the friendships as well, right? It's like I'm taking full responsibility for my shit and I expect you to too.
Yeah.
And so then again in the romantic relationships is I'm taking full responsibility for my shit and so I expect you to. And then also no one gets defensive. So I can be held in my whatever is going on because it's not an attack. Which means then I can ask for anything that I want. I can say anything that I need to say.
And that if it's not happening on the other end, if they're not receptive to it, you're able just to go, okay, I'm still going this way and head that way.
Yeah.
And not be like, oh, well, okay, too bad for me. Let's have peas and potatoes.
Yeah.
But you're like, no, man, we're having grass-fed. Like,
yeah.
You're still going that direction.
I'm still going
with
that
or without
direction.
you.
Yeah,
I'm
so
going
step the
that
fuck
way.
up or fuck off.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
That's very good. So as far as your needs go, do you think they've simplified?
I don't think I ever knew what they were.
Are you having a better sense now?
I know exactly what they are.
Can you tell me if you want to?
Sure. In terms of a romantic relationship or in terms of my life?
I mean as your bloom, like for whatever baby you've got now, like if it's your business or if it's you, Like, what's important for you now till the next summit?
That I'm eating extremely well all of the time.
So balance, like
I mean, I need nourishment. I need a lot of meat.
yeah, okay.
I don't like. So I've noticed some days if I don't eat a steak for breakfast, I'm like a bit like, oh. There needs to be a good quality, sustainable nourishment because I'm doing so many things.
But with all the stuff that you've done for your central nervous system, for what the jungle provides, and by that I mean your clinic, you know, so for example, people might need to feel a kind of recognition to a degree. so far away. I'm going to need that.
To click.
Yeah, people might need interesting ways to feel secure. Like they might need to socialize so much or show up on a platform so much. But then maybe right now your need is just to make sure that you feel everyone feels at home. Like it's a space where everyone's welcome. Like, you know, have your needs changed in the sense of, is it more output or input? Like do I need to know the business is good or the clients are well, or I still need to feel a certain sense of acceptance or a worthiness? Do you find yourself still pursuing to feel certain things from the outside world, or have your needs changed? It goes more to service.
It's definitely in a service place. I haven't thought about how much money we're making as its first priority.
Oh, that's cool.
In a while, which is a really big change from where we were when we first started. With the energy of Dad, that's, you know, I remember him saying, in almost anything I'll create I'm doing this thing, this magical thing. Well, how much money are you making out of it? Like, why can't I just be of service?
Wow.
And so I feel like what's happening right now is how can we create the best possible service and provide the most magical thing and deliver it in the best way. And it's evolving so fast. So it's space to be able to actually rise up. And there is a happening right now of, rather than just, I think these things all work together, of there's actually a magic that's within me that is needing to be delivered. So there's a space that I require to, so that what I actually need is space away from what I'm doing. So, I mean, I've been under the staircase for the last year. So I'm, you know, going into a separate space and having time completely separate where that can come through me in silence, in meditation, not in conversation, and then allowing conversation to happen through, I mean, lots and lots and lots of meetings and communication, and as much connectivity inside of it as possible, as much communication inside of it as possible, getting the feedback from the staff that are involved in it every day, but just space for me to rest. Like in the rest is where all of it comes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All that growth. You know, when the heart is set like that and you just want to be put to work, a grace comes through and goes, oh, we can use her. Like, we can absolutely use her. And sometimes those people are very frustrating to other people because they always wonder why. Like, say you need a bag of carrots because you're putting on a big event and you need to make a salad. And then on the way to work, a truck's dropped a bag of carrots. And you're like, oh my God. Yeah. And then someone's like, why does this always happen to Hannah? Why does it always happen to her?
The right people rock up.
But it's like she knows what she's going to put it to good use. She's got a mission and we want to support that. And often I've met a few, and a few of them have been clients who just pull things in because they're so resourceful and everything's meaningful and all they want to do is see who else could enjoy this. This woman I know, she's just incredible. Like how she just is like a magnet. Like she might just be thinking, oh, I'd love to, like if she had bees, she literally made honey for the whole neighbourhood and still does to this day, right? But if she starts to think, oh, I'd really love to build this, but it's hard to find these copper things, they just appear because she just puts it to use and shares it with the whole straight away. So when you're talking about your business and how I'd love to have felt you, be in your presence when that shift wasn't so interesting, because that is an enormous, that's a bigger shift than what you realise, because that says that your heart's opened. That's a major levelling between head and heart. So when I say levelling, that is a congruence that made you coherent to receive a beautiful, clear direction. I don't know how long it's been since you've noticed that shifting, cultivating as opposed to reaping and gaining.
So it was at the start of the year. I nearly threw the business in the bin. I was like, I'm done. I was having these really deep conversations with someone I knew who used to do billion-dollar business stuff and had delved right into the plant medicine world, and he was really questioning what I was doing and why I was doing it. And the realization that I came to was my business is part of the problem. I'm like, the messaging that I had was just cryo and sauna and do this every day and you never have to rest, even though I wasn't living that anymore. And I was like, I'll just throw it in the bin. And I sat with it for a while and thought, well, I'll just rebirth it and deliver it in a way that is actually helpful. And I stopped, I still had my other business that was providing for me, so I just stopped caring about what it was going to give for me and started caring about what it was going to actually do. And it shifted so much over this year into what we're delivering now is, I can't believe it. I hear the stories of our clients at the end of their programs and I'm like, these ain't my hands, this ain't my doing, this is something's coming through me and I'm just here to deliver it. And how honorable, how beautiful, how incredible that I get to be the one that does it. It's been through this year and it's really exciting that through this new relationship that my heart gets to open even more and that I'm so much more held and supported, because with more support and being more held and having my nervous system more looked after and moving into the new space where I get to actually rest, how much more will I get to hear?
So it's just more love.
More love.
Love, 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 love,
Yeah.
love. Yeah. What a love the great beautician, the great everything. Yeah, because you can hear and feel that there's a softening. There is that reciprocity, which I think that is the hardest part for everyone. We spoke about it another time. But if you could just spend more time being receptive to love, receptive to support, that's a highway, a whole new life. Because what's the other way is a lot of the digging, the heart, the hurty part of healing. I'm not saying you don't have to do it, but you don't have to do it that way so hard all the time. Like, just be more receptive, because nothing is as educating and direct as love. Nothing is as accurate and fast as love. But that's a belief thing. You have to start believing in a way you've never believed before. Believe that it can happen faster. Believe that love isn't conditional. And I guess you hear that when people talk. Like, you might hear lines like, well, it's different for Hannah because she had this. Like, okay, so the love tap is stronger on her. So if you've had a drug addiction and a drive for a business, the tap is more accessible.
The tap was so damn closed for so long. It's unbelievable. I was not letting any part of it in anywhere. That was work.
That was work, opening the tap.
Yeah.
I remember hearing a guy say, we were having a share circle, and he stopped the room with this line. It was so beautiful. It was a space for people to open their hearts and share their pain. And it wasn't a whingy circle by no means. It was really for trying to get to a higher place. It was a progressive circle. He said a line, and it was something along the lines of, but if I let go, who will catch me? And everyone paused at that a little bit, because no one knew how to say it so clean, because everyone wanted to let go, but because fighting to hold on. When they heard him, and I felt it too when he said, but who will catch me? That's what people want, which is why I find your angle unique, because I listen to people talk every day about their problems. But if everyone took their first course to changing lanes, to I've got to become more receptive, I've got to let it in, that often comes later, but you spoke it quite early in the piece. So when I think about that guy, there's that you can feel the grip, and it's a relatable line. But imagine to get so curious into how much love has just been waiting for you. But that is not a common starting point.
I had this remembrance over the last few days because of this book I'm reading right now, which is kind of teaching that if evidence of having is evidence of wanting, and that there's probably some kind of pleasure or joy in some way in all of the things that you're experiencing. And I remember when I was about 24 or 20, must have been 25, 25, 26, and my houses were repossessed. And I thought it was hilarious.
You were 25, 26 and your houses are repossessed. It's a nice line. Well done. Yeah. I don't remember how many houses I had at 20 minutes, but keep going. I'm all ears.
In the moment, in the happening of it, after I like wanted to fight all the authorities trying to take it, and once I just accepted
This
it
is a good movie. Because you're also a fighter.
There was barricades against the door. The sheriff was out the front.
The only way.
I'm not coming outside. I'm on the phone to my consultant, like, make this go away. And he's like, you just need to just get out and we'll solve it later. So I removed the barricade. But because it was being repossessed and I had ignored everyone for so long, they brought a removalist truck and packed all of my things carefully in paper.
Bravo. That's a way to get moved out for free. Like, just take a note.
Yeah, right. Put it all into a storage container for me.
Wow.
And at the time I was renovating my dad's units. So I just got in my car and drove to the empty one that was left and sat there and went,
well,
fuck, that was easy.
Wow. Wow.
I had been saying for months, like, I really want to get out of this place. There's been so much shit energy here. I just can't be fucked packing my stuff.
Well, I have a solution.
I got a lot of stuff, I had been accumulating stuff for so long, and I thought it was hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. And I ring Dad and I'm like, you're not going to believe what just happened.
No.
My house has been, but they packed all my stuff, and he was so angry. And just needed me to suffer, like needed me to be in pain and to be crying about it. And I'm like, come on, this is hilarious. Like, I obviously created this in all of my magic.
Nice one.
And I trusted then, in the midst of smoking meth every day, I still had this deep trust of the universe.
Still could channel the divine, Cut that out. I don't want to give the wrong message here.
I mean, some of the things that I cultivated in that time, because I had that connection, and was aware of it and witnessing it going, oops, all of the time. And, do silly things like invisibility cloak around me as I drive unlicensed or whatever I was doing, and it worked. But then witnessing over the next 12 months of all of the, like, you must suffer now, like you have really fucked up. And I think it's taken.
How'd you get to that point? You must suffer.
There's
now.
a lot of external, like, seriously, like.
So you were telling yourself?
No, this was like external people. Like, you really.
Oh yeah, because you can't get away with it.
You can't get away with this.
By having so much fun.
Yeah.
How did you know the rules and break them?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like you've now.
That pisses a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Yeah. So I guess I kind of knew always, and then had a lot of conditioning thrown at me. So I've kind of been in this battle.
So what
for
did
years.
What did the book bring to your attention to tell the story of when your house got possessed? You said you're reading this book about needs and wants.
Yeah. I don't remember the lines. It's real. The whole thing is really about.
I gotcha. Because you needed to move. You didn't want to.
Yeah.
So you created this situation that someone packed your house, labelled kitchen utensils, glasses on your boxes.
And I could have sat in the pain of it.
Yeah.
And I chose to sat in the pleasure of it.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
And it pissed people off.
And it pissed everyone off.
Yeah, because no one celebrates empowerment.
And why can't things that seem like they should be painful be pleasurable? Because we actually probably enjoy, like I enjoy the struggle sometimes, and I enjoy some of these things that are deemed as bad, and sometimes even the sensation in the body is exactly the same. We just label it differently and then fall into the wrong side of the polarity.
Well, you're a good example of how it's just the meaning you give something.
Correct.
You're a good example of that, and you could probably like repeat that, like listen to that several times, is the meaning you give it. And we're force-fed meanings, and that's what you're pressing them against the walls of their beliefs.
And then also use those meanings as guilt trips to get what we want.
Use those meanings. Tell me more.
So when I am suffering, people give me what I want.
Oh yeah, and then you stay suffering.
You stay suffering.
Yeah, that old chestnut.
Yeah. So even though we probably derive pleasure from it, we choose the meaning of pain so that we can have the things that we want, which is full manipulation, without even realizing we're doing it.
Ew. Oh, what an effort.
And how much of that is addict life, right? I look at me be a problem and suffering, and now please support me and give me all the things that I need. How much of staying in that is a subconscious manipulation for the world to provide the things that you need. And I think that's the same for fibromyalgia and chronic inflammation diseases, and so many of these things, is we're choosing that suffering so we can have external needs met, like support and love, because we don't believe that in our greatness and in our magic, and when we're showing up in everything we can be, that we can still have support and love.
Yeah, I'd like to stretch that one out a little bit. But, you know, one thing that there are some people who love learning about their life and themselves through therapy, through books, through courses, retreats, medicines, altered states, deprivation. But I think it's really important that you don't need to read a single book. You don't need the right therapist. It's a journey and a fullness of life you can have just from the will of your heart, and that true curiosity of listening to that voice to be that authentic self. Because often we'll say, you know, what book did you read? Who did you see? What did you do? But when you start to look for your true self and live your life through your soul, you don't listen to anyone. You know, you can't feel doubt when someone goes, what are you doing with your business? Or what are you doing with this? Like, if you have a strong connection to your dream world, I'm a huge advocate of connecting to your dream world, and you have experiences there, or even on your walks or whatever. I know many, and particularly runners, who've had wild altered experiences running. It's something way beyond. There's got to be more to it when they call it the runner's high. Like, it's got to be a runner's ceremony.
I've experienced it.
Yeah, I remember you telling me some stories. But you don't need to be fancy, special. You don't need to have years of meditating devotion for this long. It's just like lining up the right shot, knowing I feel this and I'm going here, and to hold it for a point of time. Because I don't know if you're in the similar role to myself, that I feel like a bit of a contradiction sometimes, like to work with people so that they don't need to work with somebody. But I know it sounds, everyone's a bit catchy now saying those kinds of things. But
I don't think there's a lot that actually
do.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That feeling of, like, you know, how many moments, I mean, you had it with your business, and you also had it with your father wanting to know the numbers. It didn't alter. There was total transformation. You didn't alter. Everything in you knew you were doing something right. You didn't go, maybe, you know, we didn't make as much as we did this time, or maybe it would be good because I do want to do this. You were just like, okay, that's you. And you just kept on with it. And that's a great sign of progress, that you just don't alter. You just sort of hear them more than how it affects you. It's like, has he had a bad day?
Yeah.
Did he have his coffee?
That sucks that you're living like that.
Yeah, like you're more concerned about them.
Yeah.
Like that's the best feeling in the world, when someone comes at you. And, you know, I see a lot of, yes, I can understand why you would respect someone who's meditated for 20 years or has a certain skill, for sure. But like we were saying earlier, if you just keep going to therapy and taking medicines and doing stuff, and you're still not getting clarification, you're just stacking more things to clear. And like, was that really true? Did I really feel that? What did she say again? What was my homework? But when you're on your own, and I mean, I think everyone still has these moments today without realizing it, when I just knew I had to do it. Like, if you just focus more time on that moment with you, you would be as enlightened as the 20-year people, as the weekly whatevers. There's no magical formula. The only thing is the belief and that intense focus on truth. Like, I want it. Give me me. Gimme me. Someone talks, is it me? No. Is this me? And it's not self-centric. It is that real, you get your own scent, and you feel that. So it sounds like you've had that. I mean, the way we haven't shared it here as deeply, but when you were sharing about how your intimate connections and interactions have changed, you were having a red hot affair with you.
Yeah.
Like, no matter how the guy is, like, often we're here saying, well, we don't like how that feels. Or normally it's like, oh, we better not upset him. I don't want anyone to leave. How do I make this last longer? But you've changed it to, do we like this? And what are we going to do about that?
Yeah.
And that's gold. Like, that's fantastic. But again, I'm repeating myself at this point, but the importance of, it's not even having to use a word like awakened or spiritual. It's just walk the path to the self, and there's no rules about it. There's no way about it. and to not feel like I haven't mastered my breath work. How can I have an altered experience? I haven't mastered, I hardly get time to go into nature. How will I ever connect and know? Just to know that you can have the most altered gear shift, lane shift, when you just really just want to know who you are. Like, if anything, I mean, you don't have to use these terms, but you just want the truth. And not so much what's true to you or true to Hannah. I want the King Kong truth, the Big Daddy truth. I want that truth. The pants down scared truth. I want that one. Yeah, and you can have that. It's accessible. You don't need to be reading anything or going to the right course, because on the way here, there's a course I want to do in Byron Bay. And my God, like, why is Byron Bay the most expensive place to go in Australia?
Because all the rich people have moved there.
Far out.
Yeah.
It's better off. I could go to Bali.
Yeah.
I could stay for 20 days, have a shamanic healing. I just want to go there for a weekend. I was like, how did that happen? Go Byron Bay. Have you been?
Yeah.
Yeah, your face said it all. Just okay, fine. Oh.
If you go, you have to come and see me, though.
Are you in Byron Bay?
I'm 2 hours away.
Oh, yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah.
I'll come and see you. Get a dress. A nice dress like that. That's what I want to do. Yeah. I'm just running through. There was a few things that...
What was about the course?
About the course? It's incredible. It's just bush survival.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I know those people.
Oh, you lucky duck.
I don't know them, but I've met...
But you know, yeah, for sure. And I just thought, I just can't get enough of that self-sustainable. And there's a few things that I really want to do with or without the state of affairs of the world. There's just some things I'd like to do in nature and have a skill with. So that's
I have a friend that's closer to me that does it probably for a lot less.
Well, it's not really. The course is supremely decent. It's just getting there. It's just like, you got to be kidding me. I could go to it from the UK. Yeah. I'm not kidding you.
We'll do that then.
I am. I'm going in a few weeks. Yeah. Truly I am. I didn't just say that.
But what was the point about the course in the first place?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It was because the reason why I mentioned that is everybody's looking for a way and the way and the this. And, you know, I think, like, even if you're wanting to get better or change, we just want to be bold. Like, we just want to just be more courageous, and doesn't necessarily mean be loud or wear louder, but just be bold for the self. Like, say, I don't like peas, or like whatever it is, all right? Or I hate Japanese, like food, like, you know, because, you know, often it's the food debate, like, where do you want to go? And I've got a friend who's like, oh, we're going to go and eat this food again. It's like, why didn't you ever change it? Oh, because everybody likes it. Like, just to be able to go, I want to eat and then I'll meet you there because I can't stand the food or whatever. So, but there's... And
then on the other side of it, to not take it personally when someone else is doing that.
Oh, what have we become?
Yeah.
Like this micromanaging.
Yeah.
Far out. Like, Jesus.
You must hate me because you don't like Japanese food and you want to eat without me.
We got to toughen up.
Yeah.
Like a great deal.
Well, that also comes from not being able to meet your own needs. So everyone was capable of knowing what their needs were and meeting them themselves, and then it being a bonus when someone else can help them.
Bush.
Yeah.
We need to go back to the bush, and we will be forced to. Yeah, what I was saying before was just like the starting point is the feeling, the choice, and just be bold to listen to yourself. And it's not conditional, but it's fine. We'll use things to make us feel like we're progressing, like therapists and stuff like that, and they 100% help, but nothing is as mighty as that moment alone with you. Nothing is as mighty as not needing to see what did that book say, or I haven't seen my therapist for a while, so I don't know if I can. It's like, yes, always can, must can, believe that you can. Just to keep that in mind.
I think that can also happen in, like, as a starting point in little tiny ways to open your mouth and say the things, even shaking in your boots of like, I don't like peas. And just trying it on to see what it's like and realizing that you don't die, you know?
Yeah, I remember like we were having this conversation. I reckon I made a note about it. And, oh, that's right. It was that whole thing about being vulnerable and thinking like if you say something about a weak moment that you've had, that you just feel like you're going to get massacred. And it's so funny because nothing outside of you is threatening you with a gun or anything.
Yeah.
But it's all this war is inside of us. I think it's a very Western thing. I mean, I know it's different across the board, but sometimes like in the West, we're very hard on doing it on your own. Like you got to do it on your own. And other cultures are, you have to do it as a community. Otherwise, how can you do it? Like you're going to lift that boat on your own, are you? But here we're like, you're born alone, you die alone, which is, you know, fine. But it's funny how just across the borders, how different we feel about codependence.
Yeah.
And we really suffer ourselves in the West for not figuring it out on your own. I don't know if I
mean, I punished myself in so many ways for not being able to. I mean, the whole thing was I must do it on my own.
Yeah.
No one's going to support me, right? So I'll just do it on my own. And I'll do everything on my own. And I still now will get a little bit like, oh, I did that bit by myself, so, you know? Right.
But do you notice that, like, as far as no one's going to support you, you would notice that once you hit the water, you're going to meet other sailors who are, you know, loving where you're heading, and sailors who are going a different direction. So, you know, the wind knows where it's going. There are no mistakes.
Yeah.
It's just being bold to hit those waters. And
yeah.
You do that. Like, you do that. I mean, like I said, I don't know anyone who's moved as much as you do.
Yeah.
You have. And you're not just doing little moves. They're monster moves. So it's kind of like you would have met support where you least expected it, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to have a cheering squad every time you come and go from Woolies or something. But
well, I mean, the team that I actually have has almost just walked in my door every time I've needed them.
Wow.
It's been ridiculous.
What do you mean? Like you never had to say, guys, we're having a meeting. They just
No. I
walked in.
mean, like, to build the team. Like, they've just arrived. Like, sometimes I've actually had people like knock on the door and be like, hey, and they end up being a part of it. Like, it's actually ridiculous. Like, when you say, oh, it'll just walk in the door, like, it actually just walks in the door sometimes. Sarah, who has been with me the longest, was my jiu-jitsu coach's wife. And I was friends with my jiu-jitsu coach, Steve. And he was like, she's going to work for you. And I was like, no, just no. And he ended up losing his job. And I was like, all right, well, maybe this can be a thing. And I just, like, he was like, now. And I was like, no. Like, waited until that right moment. And then I was like, okay, now she's here. Like, yes, I need that help. And she's ended up being the most amazing thing that could have ever happened to me. It's just, like, arrived. You know, Deb, who is also part of the team, we're like, crap, we need more help. Like, we suddenly grew so fast. And I messaged my next door neighbour, like, you know anyone? And I think it was less than 24 hours, Deb walks in the door and she's been incredible. Like, it's just been so easy. Like, as soon as I need them, they're ready.
Perfect.
Without effort, without having to do recruitment and interviews and any of that crap. It's just everything had just arrived perfectly and organically and magically.
Beautiful. Did you ever wonder, where am I going to get a crew?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, what do we do now? Fuck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So was there
but it was like for a day.
A day of panic.
Yeah.
And then like the next day. Okay.
And it's constantly like that. Like, what are we going to do? Oh, there, that's what we're going to do.
So that's another thing to get funny about, like have a humour about.
Yeah.
Like, let me panic about this before it comes. That's brilliant. Yeah. She's panicking, something good's coming.
Yeah, 100%.
But don't tell her. We need it. Like, okay, all right, okay. What you felt you've become in the past 6 years, as far as more open-hearted, more compassionate? Because you didn't become it by accident. Well, some parts were by accident. Like, you've become something different. And this isn't my own. I've got this great friend called Erin, and Erin's going to be annoyed that I don't remember her last name right now, but she's a brilliant friend who does incredible breath work around the world. And she gave this excellent journal prompt for the new year. And her journal prompt was, who have you become this year? And did you become it by accident? And which parts did you intentionally become? And which parts happened by accident? And I thought that was a really cool reflection.
Well, I'd love to open up last year's New Year's intentions, which I don't have access to in this chair. I usually will read the last year and find that I've done exactly what I intended without realising.
Okay, so that's creating something, but who did you become?
Sure, but those are what my intentions are now. So I rarely do, I want this and I want to create this. My intentions now are usually, I want to operate from my heart, or I want to speak my truth, or I want to have more compassion. And like the intentions are energy now in the way that I operate, rather than I want these things, because those intentions and that way of operating brings whatever magical things automatically.
So that goes back to when I asked you about what are your needs now, and it sounds like you got a compass for truth and authenticity. Like I don't know. Like so, your needs are more like just more beauty, more truth,
more communication, more joy. If I can think back to where I was, I had just moved in. I was fresh into the new location of the business. I was fresh into jiu-jitsu, and if I actually really think about where I was at, I probably had no idea that this is where it would land at all. There was definitely intention around safety in female relationships and connection, because that was a new thing for me a year ago. Unsafe
Having a strong friendship with a woman.
Which was being cultivated in that moment and got blown up at the start of the year, and now I feel like that's done. And
wait a minute, like you can have friends now.
Yeah, I can have friends now. It's great.
Okay, like female friends.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Well, the safe ones that I can do this level of depth of communication and honesty and no personal bullshit, and you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I do. I think I do. Oh, right. So to help you answer that, can you also chuck this one in for me as well? Has your actual habits changed? Like, are you opening and closing the day any different? Or is it all just your state of mind that's changed?
I mean, I've been closing the day the same way for a very long time because I go to bed so early.
How early do you go to bed?
7 o'clock.
That's early.
I try and be sometimes 6 o'clock.
Do you wear a mask?
Sometimes.
Okay.
I am right now at Dad's place with the 9 p.m.
Do you have blackout curtains?
No, but it's like pretty dark in my room right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the night's been the same for...
I mean, where I go to sleep, it's dark at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And the sun comes up at 4:30, so it's great for me.
Oh, well. Yeah. Lights on. Yeah, we have silliness.
Yes.
9 p.m.
Yeah,
it's a nightmare.
So I started doing really early bedtimes when I was living in Adelaide 6 or 7 years ago, because I found that I would do really amazing creative work at 2:30 in the morning, and then I would get all of that done, and then I would have meetings for the day, and then I would, my day would be over. So I started doing that a long time ago. Being an athlete and training at night broke that for a little while, and as soon as that became done, the phone goes away early, and I read books. I read novels. It's creative play, and that's been nighttime for a long time. My morning shift, I think potentially it would have looked better before, when there was more space to do some breath work and do some journaling and do these, tick the things off the list. And I ended up finding that I was just ticking things off a list. How many self-care things can I possibly get done? When sometimes what I actually need is to wake up and sit down and get the work done. Sometimes what I need is to wake up and watch the forest outside my balcony for 2 hours. Sometimes I need to wake up and get my ass straight to jiu-jitsu. It's whatever I feel I need in that moment, but that time in the morning between when I wake up and 9 o'clock is for me, and no one can touch it.
That's sacred time. So it would be more the internal person has changed, like looking outside. It's not like, gee, she used to always have a coffee at Jack's, but now she, so you kind of look the same on the outside, but your perception...
I mean, my hair's not red.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's about it, huh? Yeah. That's often when people have a transformation, particularly from coming from an addiction or a substance more so, there'd be a lot of habit change and all that. But for you, it was a real state of being, a mind.
I mean... If you want to talk about from the addiction to now, that's probably very different. I mean, I didn't sleep more than 3 hours before.
Understood.
and I also see the Thai boxing era as part of the addiction, because it had just gone from drugs to training as the...
Pretty fair transition though.
Disassociation tool.
It's a nice sneak out the door.
Yeah. Look how healthy I am now. I have abs and I'm an athlete and I'm eating chicken and broccoli and It looked really good from the outside, and I was, this amazing athlete and doing exactly the same things in my mind. And my habits then were like, feel something, run, feel something, train, feel something, control something, doing all of the time. I still journaled, I still had these things in my life, but it was mostly an endless of doing.
So you don't do as, like, your brrr has cooled down. Right.
It's interesting though, because I definitely do more now. There's more getting done, but I'm doing less.
Yeah, but you're not physically having to kill someone by 8 a.m. to feel like it's more towards the business and stuff, as opposed to I've got to deal with all this energy in this body by doing runs and things.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I still do that, just have been all year doing that 3 or 4 times a week in the mornings. But if I couldn't go because the business needed me, I just didn't go. It wasn't like I was now going to die because I missed a training. It was I just can't go for a few days this week, and I'm going to put that energy into the business, or I'm just not going to get out of bed today. There's a lot of space, a lot more space between things, and I've witnessed over the year the undoing of the guilt around nothing. So being in the house with the business upstairs and needing to just do nothing on my bed for 4 hours while my staff are working. Initially that was a lot of guilt, and like, I must be busy so that they don't feel like they're working and I'm not, when actually the rest is required for me to show up for them in the best possible way and to lead them in the best possible way. To let go of that and then really just do what I need to do, and knowing that that's the best thing for everyone.
When you want to move forward, when you want something more than where you're at, when you're uncomfortable, so you're looking outside of yourself, you're trying to cast a line to not really reel something in, but get yourself out. It's that matrix thing I showed you, like I want to break free, like people who want to change want to go that way, right? And but because we don't campfire, or just, like you were talking about female friendships, it's not super easy to have a trusting group. And a lot of the times people don't know how to speak like this. For example, I have you are my friends, I've got a major problem, and I say to my 2 dear friends, I'm going to talk about my problem. Can you please tell me where I sound deaf and blind? I don't know, I guess my brain's like, I like tactical approach, I like applicable, practical technique to get people like in the water, really. Because what you often find people do, and I think your mind's eye hopefully would love this. I've recently learnt that my son doesn't visualize. He's one of those brains.
I don't understand those brains.
Me neither. Like if they picture a white horse, black. He doesn't visualize.
See, people say the most horrific thing thinking that it can just be words, and I'm like,
thank you. I just got sponsored by Warner Brothers and fuck you. Right. Yeah, totally. Yeah. I'm the same. But my son is black.
Wow.
Like, so, can't you see a forest? And he's like, there's no forest in here. I know, it's a really unique thing, especially when you hear him talk, because he sounds like a full-blown cinema experience, but he is not. But anyway.
He's seeing in words somehow.
Honestly, I'm not being biased. It will sound so biased, but I think he just has a direct line. I've never met anyone who just does this every time. Every time, no matter what question, what conversation, who's around, his bullseye with how he delivers, how he starts, how he finishes, what you're up to, what they're up to, where do you think you're going. He's the most noblest man I've ever met, and I'm not just saying it like I'm like, I don't know where you came from, but God knows we need you.
Yeah.
Like, he's something else. But people want to be able to get off the mental couch and go save themselves. Like, I don't know if there's something that you wish people knew about themselves on the pursuit to break free. Like, I don't know if there's something in you that makes you go, when you start to, like, for me, a soul thing, like, if you just knew how much your soul is talking to you, has never stopped guiding you, and just, if you can give me 5 minutes of your time and I can dip you in that water, like, it's the best experience. You know what it's like when you hear yourself. It's like the greatest reunion of all time. Sometimes it's a quick reunion, like I know I was there, I just want to get back to that place again. But when people are finding it hard to choose to become, because that's what they're getting, is that call. They're getting a deep call that's not who you are. And they're just holding on to, this is what I am. Like, this is what I've become. It's like, no, what I'm saying is, this is not who you are. Like someone who's walked through those kinds of things, like what kind of line would you wish you could cast out? Or a little door you could help open for people who are wanting to break out of that pattern? It's a pattern, it's a program, addiction.
I feel like there's something here around people are scared of becoming something they don't know. It is the unknown, and in the unknown they may lose all the things that they have and that they are. And even though the shitty connections and shitty things that are currently in their lives, at least they know them and they're safe there if they just keep doing the same things. Where if you are to change and to become, and you are no longer who you are or who you're pretending to be or what mask you're wearing, then everything will fall away, and that could mean that everything falls away and nothing else new lands.
But they were never really that anyway. That's not who the thing they're holding on to isn't.
Sure, but there's a safety in the devil you know. And it's worked so far to keep them alive, and there's almost a death.
Alive?
There's a death that is required, and it feels like dying, because a whole part of like this version has to die, and it feels actually like death. And to like the surrender of that. I mean, trusting that you will be held eventually by other people, but also God, and also Mother Nature, and also
you,
Divine Father, and yourself, and all of these things. Like you're gonna be okay. This might be way too much and way too intense to even suggest. Although a practice I've started doing when something feels too much or too painful is to surrender so much that it is death. Allow yourself to die completely. Allow this to be the death.
What would you experience now that just feels too much?
I don't think it's too much. I think it's the most liberating thing ever, and when something can completely die, then you can be reborn. But to lay there and go like, let me feel the entirety of this pain, let me bleed out all of it.
It's important that it's to understand individually that it doesn't have to be the loss of someone. You know, it doesn't have to be cataclysmic. It can just be that I can never get Hannah to meet me for lunch. Could feel like the end of the world for a lot of people. I think can you give a real...
If that was the case though, right? Like if it was, Sophia won't meet me for lunch. The practice that I would do is to feel that in its totality, rather than the like resistance of like, it's kind of here and I can't believe it, and you like kind of like not really feeling it, but it's still there. And to fully let all of that feeling of that run through your entire body.
So are you feeling rejection?
Rejection and unworthiness and all of those things, and feel it so much that I will surrender this situation to the point of death. And if I have to die because of this, because that's what it is, right? It feels like I might die if this happens. If I stop being skinny, or if I don't have the job, or if my business falls over, or if I lose my partner, I might die. That's what it feels like. So let yourself die. Just let yourself die. Like surrender so much that, okay, well, I'm happy to die then. And then it's complete. You've surrendered it all to the point of death. And now there's nothing to be scared of.
So then if you ask me out for lunch, that if I say, well, let's go for lunch the next day, and then I cancel on you 15 minutes before, how does that mean that you'd be like, and that's a Sophia being Sophia, it's not personal? Like, is that what you think would happen after you've died to it? Have you had an experience like that?
I can't give you the exact...
but you have.
I mean, lots. And lots of experiences like that. I guess the work, the therapy, and the medicine and all of the things is... And finding now, like the work that I've moved into is just finding the feeling in the body, and let the sensation, let the energy leave the body, so that it's no longer a charge. And then almost the next day, it no longer is reactive.
Do you think sometimes there also has to be a point where you take charge and you can say, I have leaked unworthiness for a long time, I don't need to, like, I might want to just go in a cave and just die to the unworthiness. But that's like my 7th time this year. And for some people it might be 12. But for some people it's like rewriting your stars, I guess, saying never again. Never again. Like, have you had anything like that come up where you go, oh, I know what I'm doing? I'm just, because do you see people excessively get so somatic? Like, is there a part where...
Yeah, I mean, whether it's not somatic, but I've also witnessed people go into every little trigger, and it's, I'm going to go into a process and a process and a process, and it's like... I'm trying to have lunch.
Yeah,
you know?
Because like that's no different to you going to training from an addict.
Yeah.
Like, you can addictively process.
You can addictively go to therapy for sure.
Yeah,
you can definitely addictively do these things.
Yeah. Is this beautiful? Am I cutting you off?
Go.
No, yeah, please, because I was going to pull it.
Okay. I guess an example would be, at the start of the year I had some girlfriends that I was building this beautiful circle with, and was treated quite poorly amongst it all. And that became I just won't accept that anymore.
Yeah.
And this is now the standard if you want to be in my life. Yeah. And I think that's part of the, like, when you're saying about green flag, unless I can see these green flags, just get the fuck out of my face.
So let's go back to, if we were going to do a process to Sophia keeps cancelling on lunch and you feel unworthy. And say there's someone who, they want to make some progress. So those moments, and I know Dr. Joe Dispenza, he talks about this a lot, about that being the moment you've been waiting for. Like, if you're trying to cut back on food or not get triggered by an ex or triggered by a parent, and so you keep avoiding lunches, one way or another you've got to go in that direction. Your paths are going to cross. And you know, sometimes you need a break from it because it exhausts your central nerve. You got nothing to give. So I can understand when you need like years of a break. But when that moment comes again, that is the moment you've been waiting for, because you only know if you've overcome it when you're face to face with it. So, you know, sometimes I work with people who have a lot of eating disorders, and they panic about going somewhere because there's going to be food, or they panic about seeing an ex, going somewhere because an ex is going to be there, and that happens a lot. And to get the courage to go, well, you know, here we go, this is the moment. And I've had some women who have come back and been, they broke, they ate, they binged, whatever, they absolutely broke. But then you get that really beautiful moment of, I'm going to book another lunch and I just want to see what I do next time. Like, then you know you're really, really in the game. Or like the door slams and you couldn't speak fluently in front of your ex, or even ex-boss, and be like, damn it, I started, and like, I want to bump into them again. I just want to bump into them again so I can just get it right. That's a very exciting conversation to have with someone, as opposed to, oh, I can never. And you can really start to feel the energy of, like, telling that kind of story to people helps them feel the energy of it. Because if you're not integrating, the energy, it hasn't moved. The ability to stand on your own 2 feet energetically isn't familiar in that body yet. Like, you've just got to run it through the machine a little bit. So telling people the story gives them the choice. Like, I don't want to be the guy who comes home and cries because they ate. I want to be the guy who books another dinner and like tries it again and coordinates my day so I can keep bumping into you till I totally overcome it. Was there much of a skating around that for you? Like, did you find that you were avoiding things, and then did you feel a gear shift and go, bring it, like, absolutely bring it, I want to see what I'm made of, I want to see where I'm at? Or did you just pleasantly surprise yourself and go, oh my God, you got home and go, I didn't actually eat the way I used to, or there was food around me all night, I didn't even like put my hand out.
With food?
Yeah, well, either or.
Yeah. I mean, food's been an interesting one for me because I had such a severe eating disorder, which cultivated a lot earlier than I ever thought, but really got big as a TIE fighter. And the undoing of that, it's still kind of, sometimes I'm like, fucking yeah. You know, for 98% of the time.
What, are you saying fucking yeah because you overcame the day?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Like witnessing myself
like,
in a situation and being like, there is no part of me that wants to do that right now.
Yeah, good. Keep celebrating that. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's it. And over the last couple of years, 3 years of pulling myself out of that, absolutely had to keep walking into the dinner and being on the couch in a chocolate moment, and like watching myself behave slightly different over the time, still not perfectly, but witnessing the changes and going like, you can't like do a 6-week program and now the disorder is done.
No. It is anyone. No. Like these healing programs that go for 12 weeks, they will help, but I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like learn the skills and then it's for life.
Yeah.
Understand and be aware of how you're operating. Like I love when I'm doing a program with someone and they go away and they do something that they shouldn't have done and then get to tell me about the experience that they had of like, well, this happened and I did it like this and I felt like this and now I'm going to respond like this. They're actually in their body and feeling it and now can make a little bit of a different choice next time because they can feel in their body and they're actually being present with it rather than just complete disassociation. And that's massive progress. So with food, 100%, there's, I don't feel like any of the running away to hide with food is a thing anymore. I definitely come up against, I don't want to eat so much because I like calories and things like that. Like I still witness that, or like I'm going to train extra because we ate lots of cake at lunch today, and I still come up against that sometimes. And then witnessing how fast I get to leave that story alone.
The funniest thing is like, I'm not saying anything new here. Everything is simple. We have to make it complicated. Like it really is that way. But we're like, but what about this way? It's like, go that way. You're still going to get there. It doesn't matter which route you go, who you use, what you do, what you don't use. One way or another, in one point of space, in one dimension in space, you are going to get to where you want to go. Have peace of mind knowing that.
That's actually a really good point in decision making when people don't want to take action and don't move so fast. In really knowing that it really doesn't matter which decision that you make because you're going to learn something and then redirect anyway. So you can just, as long as you're moving, everything's okay as long as you're moving. I think a lot of the like, I don't know what to do, I don't know which way to go, what if I make the wrong decision, what if I, like a lot of that stops people from moving forward and taking action, like the right therapist, the right thing, which one is the right thing. Just do something. Just do anything.
Yeah. But for someone who is a natural doer, that statement can put a large part of the population into mental gridlock, like they'll bottleneck. Like the more you say, just do something, the more the gears grind and come to a complete halt. And my daughter, I swear, has made me a way better person than I've ever thought I could be, because she's just a natural attuner to someone's gears. And she won't say anything, but when the person leaves, she'll say, whenever you mention that topic, she closes on the inside. She doesn't like it when you bring up her dad. Don't talk about her dad to her anymore. I'm like, how did you notice that? Like, she's very, she picks up the subtle shift in everyone so well. And she's sort of educated me a bit more on that, and it's opened me up a little bit. It's really knowing how to ask the right question in those moments. So giving someone a statement can often bottleneck most people. Not everybody has that I want to put a flag on the mountain feeling. That's like, what's that? Is that the 15%? That's a 15%er, right? Does it mean an 85er can't become a 15? That's what we're hoping for. Tip those scales completely. So asking a question would be something like, this is not, unique and earth-shattering in my own words, but the whole thing, what would happen if you didn't, and what would happen if you did? And if you were to remove that as well, is well, what kind of person do you like, just to get them more in tune to who they want to be and what they think it's going to give them or something. But why am I going in this direction, Hannah? Can you tell me? No, you can't.
Because I said that people should just do action, and that can bottleneck them.
You can just
do action, just do something.
Oh yeah, no, that can. I mean, I can hear in the chair when I'm with someone. I don't know if you've ever experienced it.
I mean, that's not the words that I would necessarily say. Like, just do something. I would probably help someone find the next thing to do on their own. I mean, I guess that's why we have supportive programs kind of hold your hand until you're running.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Now you've built confidence and trust in yourself, and now you can start.
Yeah.
Look, I'm doing it, Daddy. No training wheels.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And I mean, we can, with that beautiful line that you were saying before of like, it's not the world doing it to you. It's your own stuff. It's a beautiful concept to be able to get in your head that it's a very impersonal world, to take it impersonally, but to be 100% involved. I think it's really important. I think it's a good one. I think you're right. I shouldn't resist it. Honestly, it's something that I do, I reckon, almost every day of the week. And sometimes I feel like, is this guy just letting me say it to him, and I've said it to him 5 times, and I keep stopping myself going, have I done this with you? Like, no, seriously, because I do it so often. But it's that classic line of when somebody says to you, the universe is just mirroring you back to you. And I can feel people close up when you say it's just mirroring you, because you're not liking the feeling. So why would you want to turn back and see what you've done? Like, it's like, I'm not doing that. It's not a place to be receptive and step forward. So I like to turn that around and say the universe is like a 3-year-old. Because it is a game. It is an absolute game, the game of life. And if you go up to a 3-year-old and you say to a 3-year-old, this is my grumpy face, 3-year-old has got to go, well, this is my grumpy face. And then if I go back to that 3-year-old and go, I'm a dinosaur, the 3-year-old is straight away going to be like, I'm a dinosaur. So it will just play what you're playing with and at. So if I come home and I flake out and I'm like, it's been the worst day, that universal 3-year-old is going to be like, oh, worst day ever. And if I'm like, oh my God, the hits just keep on coming, 3-year-old's like, another lucky winner. Like it's just going to play how you're playing, which is a kind of way to understand. Like, well, you said it really well, that story about when they packed your house for you.
Yeah.
Like, you played the game.
Yeah.
You played the game. Yeah. You were like, everything's wrapped in paper, labelled, and I'm in an empty apartment. Thank you.
Yeah.
You could have done it many other ways. And you could have observed that shit always happens to me, and then try to find a place with that point of magnetics. But you were super receptive. You were just like, that's one thing off my list. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
The beauty of knowing the game, playing will be played.
Sometimes more terrifying for us to be all of the greatness that we are than it is to be a failure. And so in playing the game well, we would have to acknowledge that we can have everything we want and be in our greatness, which is actually more terrifying sometimes.
I just want to add a little bit of meat to that.
Okay.
Again, a story with my daughter. I was hanging out with her. This goes straight to what you just said. I said to her, damn, you're cool. Like, you're the coolest chick I know. And I looked at her and I said, if only you knew how cool you were. Like, if only you knew. And she was just like, yeah, thanks, Mama, thank you. I said, no, like, seriously, if only. And then I went, imagine if you knew how cool you were. You wouldn't be cool anymore. Like, we've already both just thought about it. And I go, it'd feel weird walking to a room knowing that everyone knows how cool I am and I know. And we were all like in. And
I have that experience.
And there is something, you know, when you're lost in the dance, when you're so involved, because you're just doing it. Like, no beautiful ice skater, no incredible singer needs to say, look at me, while they're doing the thing. But everyone is in awe. So the person who is fearing all their greatness hasn't had the affair. They haven't hit the floor. They haven't taken to the water. They're just thinking about it. But when you come off the ice or come off the water, like, everyone's like, oh my gosh. And you're like, honestly, I was just having a great time.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't even hear the crowd.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought I was on my own.
Yeah.
So I hear that, but I don't want to keep anyone on a ledge or on their own edge. It's like, if you're feeling that, you haven't dipped in. You haven't even put this guy in. You know, you have a plunge, and then you know you're really doing something, because there's no conversation about it. You are walking the path. and you just get the wink across the room when someone else is doing it too and recognises it.
Yeah.
I think we need to be more empowering about the sovereignty of who we are, far more empowering than giving us quotes on, ooh, yeah, I'm so great, but I'm so afraid of being so great. It's like, you haven't tried it then. You haven't been there long enough. You're doing the thing you want to do. You're just not you haven't got enough reps in to just lose yourself. You're in a situationship with your greatness.
Yeah.
You haven't like totally just said, I'm in, marry me.
Yeah.
Like if you're with me on that one, or if you're here.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, even though you say I'm doing and I'm in it and all of those things, I still feel like there's a limitation sometimes, or actually for the last decade, on how expansive my life can be because of like,
But that limitation is on your belief that you've hit a ceiling.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But the feeling is not like of failure. The feeling is like, what the fuck will happen if I get it all?
Well, that sounds like more time spent with the divine, because you're not going to blow up. Well, how beautiful. Turn into glitter and shine on all of us.
Yeah.
By all means. What a way to go. You know, I'd love to light the world up with my explosion of my greatness.
Absolutely.
Like, why the fuck not? What a show. I'm in. And I think that when you get to a point of elevating, all you want to do is bring people with you.
Yeah.
Because your needs are met. You want for nothing.
Yeah.
So you don't even think like that anymore. You become like a divine shovel. So I am taking everything with me. You lose yourself. You literally lose yourself. You are now the whole, the one, the all, the everything. I think we don't educate well enough when people talk like that. And I understand you can only meet someone to the level of mind they're at on expansion and on receiving. But you know what it's like when you feel so good. All you want to do is serve. All you want to do is put me in the kitchen. I don't even need to be at the front. You know, you want me to mop that? I'll mop it. Because you understand how the machine works. You can see that everything has its place. There is such you're mesmerized by how things function. You just watch it. You look at everything differently, and you admire how animals build nests. You admire how humans make art. You admire like the eye of an artist. I mean, is there a greater thing to be bestowed with? Is the eye, the heart, the ear of an artist. And you don't need to be putting paint on a canvas. You know, you can just be appreciating elegant page of numbers and just see the magic of the harmony of the way the numbers come together and all sum to the right thing. And the artist is in every field, absolutely every field. And when you speak to someone who does their job magnificently, they get lost in sequence. They get just lost in that. And there's no greater gift to be blessed with that artist's eye, ear, mouth, whatever. When you get there, all you want to do is serve. It's nothing to do with, whoa, I'm really great. You actually do get balcony moments where, you know, you would have had a balcony maybe like, whoo, that was really good, I did really well.
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Let's dance. And you can go back in. But I think you're missing something. You're making it about yourself. The minute you do that, you're thinking about yourself. You're not thinking about the whole and the divinity and that little, no matter how big you are, don't you realize how small and nothing you are? Like, isn't that the law of paradox and contradiction? Like, once it is, it isn't. Once it is, it never be again. You know, so yeah, I'd enjoy that as a birthing out of the water moment. Like, how much bigger can I get? Let's find out.
Yeah.
And then what's really being highlighted is, we mentioned this, I think, last night. What's really being highlighted is your mentor. Your mentor will be you or someone outside of you. And what else is being highlighted is the system that you're under. And a man-made system will keep you on your knees. Like, it will keep you, like, that's enough. That's enough. Don't you think that's enough? Can we have enough, everybody? And what we need to know is it's infinite for everybody. And it's unconditional. It's unconditional. Just be of good heart. That sounds conditional. You get everything you want. I mean, we know that's not true because we've seen leaders who don't have great intention, but they have the will and belief like no one else does. And when I say the mentor, whether it's yourself or someone outside of you, they'd speak to you like you're at the greatest campfire of all time. Like, oh, how much more could I go? So it's not you going anywhere. Like, who told you it was all you? Are you not me? Yeah. Can you not do it for me and help me grow a little bit, or help that flower grow, or help this thing? So yeah, I'd love to challenge that more and more when I hear it, so we can just shift it and think bigger and bigger. I remember another spiritual teacher said, encourage the class that when you're having that genius flow and you go home and you're like, oh my God, it was like God just gave me full access to the full flow, or when you've had that altered experience with a runner's high or any altered experience, to ask for more. So that was amazing, now give me more. And the thing that is requested there, that's a teacher taught the class that, I was in that class. I'm really grateful that they said that, because the person who was sharing a story, it was a wild story. Like, it's something that everybody wishes they had happened to them, like 5 angels. Then like I had access to my future bank account, could change it there and then. Like, it was just an off the chain story. And we were dying to hear what the direction was, because, you know, in that class humility was a very big deal. And we're like, oh, what is the lesson? How shall one carrieth thy... You know? And we were all taken aback when he said, good, now ask for more. Take it, integrate it, and see what else, and more. Because they want you to have more. The other system says, all right, enough for today. Because what everyone who'd walked that path, when we touched on it all throughout, is when all that satiation happens, literally your cup spilleth over. All you want to do is champagne for everyone.
So I think that when you're saying the system you are in will keep you on your knees, is the feeling that I experienced of, if I have all of this, it's the things outside of me going, you may not. You will have only 1 teaspoon at a time, and not until I'm there. And like, how dare you have that much when I can only have this much? And that was the experience of the environment that I had been involved in. And so now, just disconnecting completely from any other environment except for the one I've created for myself.
Nice work.
You know,
I put that on a board. No, I'm serious, because that you just gave the keys to the kingdom. It's the environment you created for yourself.
There's none of that noise or that, like, back at me. And so then that you may not, how dare you, as kind of and the exponential 8-week ridiculous like that can just, as fast as and as much and as big and as insane as it can be, that makes no sense and blows my mind.
Sometimes when I fall into that, I hear myself bring in that limit. Like, I hear me piss in my ear. Well, I would never say that, and I don't. When I hear that entity talking to me, I do find it impacts me on a certain day of a cycle. I mean, no one knows me, but I'm a tracker. Data. Loads of inquiry. I don't let myself get away with much. You know, I even said, do you? I said, no, I don't. I'll keep talking now. There's 10 days prior to, I'm more vulnerable. And I have a system in my journal where I do 3 hourly checks in a day of what are you thinking right now? I'm like, come back home. I do it for about 4 to 6 days, I've noticed. Just in case, like, I've just got to check in to go. It takes no time, no moment, no anything for just that little whisper to come in. And I like I'll even set it.
That's
even
really
if,
beautiful.
Yeah, even if I'm not sure if it's going to come, I'm like, no way, I've worked too damn hard to fall for it. And sometimes it's like, you know, a good parent when they're watching TV at night and the kid creeps into the room and they're behind them, like, hello, Jason. And I'm like, how did I know? So I'm ready for me.
Yeah.
You know. High alert. Like my daughter always says, how do you know?
Yeah.
Psychic. I reckon like the beautiful ledge, like that choice ledge moment is, what are you going to do when you're like not exactly that, you know, we were talking about the moment you've been waiting for, but like it doesn't matter who you talk to, it's how you can talk to yourself. And I don't know, I don't know, I'm just ranting a little bit, but you know, to sort of pay attention to when you're hitting a cap, can you hear what you're telling yourself? Like, is that it, like, have you hit is the sky the limit, or is it the stars, or is it the moon, or is it beyond that?
Or can we just let it all go and let the things come through you?
Well, I think it's nice to give someone like a ledge to go, oh, I'm at that spot. I'm at that spot, and it's not. And people will actually stop there and go, oh, I'm at that spot. But it's like, hey, what is this spot? That spot I get stuck. But why are you stuck? Because I feel like I can't go any further. That's your problem. Like, you got to nudge it and go, what if I went 100 meters beyond this? Like, what's 100 meters beyond this? Because some people can't lift the roof off. Like, they just need to open the walls an inch, or all four walls an inch or something. But when you feel that, so what are you telling yourself? Are you saying that this is enough for me? And who told you that this is the capacity? And would you like a little bit more? But remember earlier on was saying about leveling, like you don't get more, you don't move until the head and the heart levels. So in regards to money, and in regards to making more money, and in regards to someone who is resourceful, so therefore they'll always attract a house move, or they'll always attract bees, whatever it is to create more. You don't know what you're doing. If you knew what you were doing, the money would come, because it's getting to work. Like, you're going to do it for something, even if you want just to be absolutely greedy and live on a mountain. If your heart is like, you have more chance of someone who wants to feed the neighbour or whatever, but maybe their heart doesn't think they can actually do it for long enough. But this guy, I can live on my own mountain. Seriously, like it is that kind of that is the law of earth. Like, it is, you are here to create. Oh, I just thought of something really great. So when you hit that ledge of like, I just can't seem to get here, it's being able to like pop yourself out of the car and just walk around and see, like, why am I bogged? Like, because people just say, I've got that feeling, but what is that feeling? And did you tell yourself that feeling, or did someone say that word? Often so much stuff is picked up through conversation that you weren't even a part of half the time. Like when people say that question, what kind of a parent are you? Are you their friend or their parent? Like, what does that even mean? Do you like that? You're just regurgitating something you heard someone say. Nothing you've experienced, understood, can talk about it, go on a ship, share your wisdom.
Well, this is also the same as you are an addict, and so you always will be. So now that's the.
Only someone in tremendous pain would speak like that to someone. Like, that just oozes what happened to you. That's that is.
So is that the question then? Is that the question of like, if you're stuck, who told you? Who told you?
What are you telling? What are you hearing? What are the words? You got to get super clear on what are you hearing, and who told you that? Is it coming from you, or did someone else say that to you? But you got to get it out on paper first. You have to witness it. Witnessing is divine healing. You know, when you feel witnessed, things transform. So you've got to write it down and go, oh, I'm there again. Where? What is there? That place. Tell me more. Okay, I'm at that place. What is that place? That place where I feel stuck. And why do you feel stuck? I just can't seem to find the answer, or I feel like
This is happening to me.
This is happening to me again. I'm not supposed to find love by the time I'm this age. You know, it's not. I'm not ready.
I'm broken.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, well, it's fascinating when you write that down, because it's just, you know, these are not.
Is that true?
Well, you know, in the words of every neuro teacher, beliefs are just thoughts you can't stop thinking.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean they're the truth. They're just a repetitive thought. And so then to liberate is, what would I prefer to think? What would I prefer? Well, I'd prefer to move forward in this. I'd prefer not to feel contracted. I'd prefer to actually just give it a go. Or it'd be good to have a clearer example to give. But I think that, again, I'm repeating this, so we've already talked about it, is when people get to that ledge of, oh, I don't know how much further I can go.
Well, it's the stopping and inquiring.
Yeah. But you got to write it down.
Write it down.
You got to write it down.
The journal is the best thing that ever done.
You got to write it down. You don't kid yourself, because you'll get away with it if you just go, oh, I think I feel like this.
Yeah.
I did it. Yeah, it doesn't work. So sit down, write it down, take it seriously.
Beautiful.